What's up, YouTube? Back with another video. It's the moment you've all been waiting for. We got Untitled Angelica finally. She's a 4-star Dark Soul Weaver. She's a Taurus. Let's take a look at her pretty face.
Creatures. It's time to tear them to pieces.
Pretty sick, actually. So let's just go ahead and skip past the lore here. Okay, here we go. Okay, Sinful Angelica. See, as I said, she's a Taurus. Her release is an attack, and concentration is F-res, which is necessary. I think that's good. She's got 30 effect resistance. I didn't notice that before. 30 effect resistance in her skill tree. That's pretty good. Her base speed's pretty good. Her HP is low as shit. I don't know if this is awakened stats or not. You would think it would be because she has base resistance. Sorry for the yawn. I don't know. She looks pretty sick. Okay, this is her skill 3. Dark Salvation with the hands, right? Whips up a vortex of darkness and loathing. Wow, I can't talk right now. Whips up a vortex of darkness and loathing, granting immortality to the caster for 2 turns. Grants increased attack and speed to all allies except for the caster for 2 turns. 4-turn cooldown. Okay. Keep that in mind. The animation. Holy shit. Did you notice the thing at the, what the fuck? What the? Look. What? Bro, go back. Go back. What the fuck is this? Yo, she released a naked chick out of her staff. Dude, I wish I could do that. That's sick. Like, straight up. El Nudo right here. This, like, naked. The fuck? I didn't notice this before. Must pull just for this reason. What the fuck? Dude, that's sick. Okay, I got a little too excited for that. Okay, so basically, this is her S2. Soul Harvest. Whenever the caster is immortal, enemies cannot be revived. Okay, that's great, right? And all allies recover health every time an enemy dies, which is a win more condition, in my opinion. The heal might as well not be here in some circumstances, but it can be useful. We'll get into this in a little bit. Amount recovered increases proportional to the target's max health. Recovery effect can only be activated once per turn. I expect this heal to heal a lot, since it can only happen so many times, right? Things can only die once when she activates this. So this has to heal for a lot. Honestly, like, if this doesn't heal for a lot, that's kind of bad. This needs to be like a Destina S3, you know, like an Acades S3. It needs to heal a lot, because the conditions to meet this, like a unit dying, like it needs to heal for a lot. I don't know if we can kind of tell what it heals for here. It doesn't show us any kind of numbers here, right? Everyone topped off. So it doesn't really tell us much. Everything went to full health, which is good, right, at face value, but we don't know how much this shit heals for. It could just be like 20% of her max health or something, you know, which isn't terrible. That's not bad. But if it was like 50% of her health, that'd be pretty good. So, gonna have to see. And this is her S1. Debilitating Strike. Attacks with a staff with a 65% chance to decrease attack down for 1 turn. I'm assuming that goes up to, what, 75? Yeah, 75. When the caster's immortal triggers a dual attack from the ally with the highest attack, so like Kitty Clarissa, like Tamarin, for example. When you soul burn, increases the chance to 100% and decreases attack 2 turns. Can be nice, right? So, yeah. Interesting kit. This is the obvious Arbiter Vildred counter, right? So, can't revive. I'll be honest, guys. I think she's good. I don't think she's busted. And I'll kind of talk about why a little bit. I don't want to. I think her aesthetic is amazing. Her animations are amazing, and I still want this unit. But I think she's niche. Not in the sense that like she's a bad niche. She's not like, you know, Pavel is here to one-shot SSB, and that's what he does, right? Because he doesn't even do that good. Because other things in the meta just kind of counter him, like Charles, and etc., right? So if he pops his S2 to get his attack buff, soul burn to one-shot SSB, he gets countered. Think of that in the same sense with Angelica as like DJ Basar. Like this is 100% not a defense hero. You're not going to put this unit on your Guild War defense. You're not going to put this unit on your arena defense. You're just not going to do it. Basar is still around. Thing is, I mean, you can maybe fit her in somehow, but you need to really sit down and think about a team comp that's going to synergize well with each other. Maybe like have a Lilius go before her, stuff like that. Thing is, like this unit, if you do that, then you're going to get cleaved. It's very hard to build defenses around specific niche things. Usually you just need an abundance of RNG in your defenses, right? So that just kind of rules this unit out in defense for me, because like if her niche is to stop people from reviving things, they just don't bring a reviver into attack her, right? So I don't think she's going to be very relevant on defense at all. She may be. I mean, I could be wrong. Like take everything I say with a grain of salt. I'm just giving like my legit first take, because my first take I was like, oh my god, this unit is amazing, right? And then after I looked at her more, talked to more people about her, I think she's a good niche, and she'll be good at dealing with Arbiter Vildred when you're attacking an Arbiter Vildred that is on defense and you can manipulate the AI. Then I think she's a pretty good unit to have in your arsenal, right? But in RTA, if you fight somebody that has a full team of revivers, right? Can something just not revive while she has Immortal? Or if like Immortal falls off, can it revive after that? Is the question. I don't think they really say that. It just says they can't revive. I mean, an attack and speed buff is really nice. Triggering a dual attack is really nice. So it says cannot revive here, but is that only cannot revive because she's immortal now? So if this is gone, like and Ruel was here, right? Would she be able to revive later when this buff is gone? That's something that I'm not sure on.
세상을 증오하는 미지의 잔혹한 소녀 최악의 안젤리카는 다음 신비 로테이션으로 만나실 수 있습니다. 오늘도 시청해 주셔서 고맙습니다.
So, oh, look at the little flame guys. I don't know, guys. I don't think she's busted. I'm gonna just come out and say that this unit isn't busted. All right, this unit isn't gonna drastically change the meta. I think people are gonna build around her. When you see Arbiter Vildred on a defense in arena, generally there's a Basar there. So, even attacking in Arbiter Vildred with her, you still need something to stop the Basar. So, you're really just bringing in a bunch of niche units when you could just cleave the shit. You know what I mean? Or use a Carmen SSB and auto it, or bring DJ Basar with really high effectiveness, effect resistance, and then resist the Basar, and then have the tanky units to survive all their damage. Instead of trying to like go in, you know, balls dragging on the ground, you know, guns blazing. It's like, I have a healer that doesn't heal, like, but gives me cool buffs and prevents Arby from reviving. Like, this unit literally takes up a whole team slot just to prevent Arbiter Vildred from doing his passive. Okay? Arbiter Vildred's still going to be Arbiter Vildred until he dies. So keep that in mind as well. She's, I don't know. I don't want to say she's, I don't think she's bad. But I'm not convinced that she's a meta breaker. Roanna, I think, is really good. Angelica, I think, is a bit more niche. It's going to be really hard to fit her in stuff. Because in RTA, she can get banned. If your opponent picks a full team of revivers, she's the obvious ban, right? So it's not really going to change the meta so much in RTA. It's just another hero that you just auto-ban. Just like if you were to pick Cerise into speed teams, right? They just ban your Cerise. So it's the same instance with her in RTA. I don't think she's going to impact RTA much, just like Cerise hasn't impacted RTA much. You see a couple Cerises in arena defenses, which is all fine. I mean, they're okay. They're not hard to beat, but they do stop certain things from attacking, right? And that's really all defense is. Angelica's not going to do that at all for defense. And on offense, she's a very risky unit to run. Just because there's no sustain, unless you're killing something. And how often do you really need to sustain after you kill something? I mean, there are circumstances where you need to, right? Say Arbiter Vildred pops you with S3, a bunch of your units are really low, and then you take your turn, you kill them, and then you heal, right? And I think that's kind of how she was designed. And I think that can work, but it's niche. And there's a lot that can go wrong with that. The fact that you have to, like, her kit kind of is counterproductive, right? You want her to be fast so she can get her immortality up so you can take benefits, you know, of those effects, right? And with 108 base speed, it's easy to build her fast. Well, not super fast, but, you know, you can get her up to 230, 240 with decent speed gear. Do you want to do that? I don't know if you want to, is the thing. Basars are all going to be faster than that. It's going to be hard to keep your effect resistance high enough. Like, for me, I have a DJ Basar that's at, like, 181 effect resistance at 200 speed, okay? And I have really good gear. If I were to put that on her, she would be about the same ballpark, right? But she's got the free effect resistance, so she'd probably be in the 200s, which isn't bad. And with her self-imprint, she'd be up in like 240, which is good. She won't get dispelled by anything unless, you know, Soulburn exists, which it does. And the most annoying unit in the game has the Soulburn ignore resistance. Completely nullifies everything she wants to do. So, in RTA, she's a really bad pick into Basar. She's really bad to put on your defense just because Basar exists. It's niche. In those areas of the game, PvE, I don't see a use for her at all. She's a niche PvP unit that counteracts Arbiter Vildred. So basically, if you don't want to deal with Arbiter Vildred's revive, you take that away. But you're doing that with one unit that takes up a full team slot. Granted, attack and speed buff is nice. The dual attack is nice. All that stuff is nice. But I'm not convinced that she's insane. Originally I thought she was, but looking at her a bit more, I don't think she's going to be like spectacular, right? I do think she's better than the likes of Benevolent Roman. She's better than, you know, ML Surin. I think she's better than those units. She's better than ML Leo. I don't think she's like that bad and that niche. She's definitely usable. And she's definitely cute. So I don't know. That's just kind of my take on her whole thing, right? Just get out of your head that this isn't a Soul Weaver, okay? This is a support unit. This is a Deanne, okay? But Deanne can actually support through Rod and Barriers. She doesn't have that. Granted, yes, you could throw her on Celestine, right? But honestly, do you really want to? If you why would you put an artifact on this unit to try and sustain in a longer fight when you can make things not able to revive? This is a unit that you bring when you want to finish a fight quickly. So for my personal take, I think you bring her like in Guild Wars against RB teams. Like if this is how you would use her, in my opinion, you would use her like no meme. Blaze Dingo is a great pairing for her if you need some kind of sustain. Because then you don't have to rely on her healing. You can use him to heal. And then her dual attack into him is more healing as well. And he is great for just demolishing Arbiter Vildred. And he also comes with invincibility. So even on the turn where she isn't immortal, you can give her invincible. So you have another turn. Or you have her slower. You have Blingo faster. You give her invincible. She survives until her turn. She gives herself immortal. I think these two units can work really well in conjunction with each other in a lot of PvP content against AI. In RTA, I don't think it's going to work as well. But when manipulating an AI, being immune to damage is really powerful, as we all know. Another way of looking at into using her, they kind of showed it with like Pavel, right? Who fucking uses Pavel? Nobody. But that's how I'm thinking about like using her. But not many people have Blingo Moled. I mean, you don't absolutely have to use Blingo. That was just like one instance that I thought about that could be pretty good using her. But another thing I thought about was like a DPS Iseria, and then you run Tamsaria with her. So that way you can run her base speed really slow, right? And then she gets her first turn through the 50% CR boost. Gets her immortality up, and then she's just slow and permanently immortal. And that gives you that ability to Tamsaria the comps, right? The RB teams that you see. It gives you an option to use Tam Iseria against RB teams without an extinction unit, you know? And that's another way I was thinking about maybe using her. You can even do that in Arena. Bring S-Tenny with Tamsaria and Angie. Just speed tune it accordingly. And then it's nice because you give speed buff to Iseria and Tamarin too, so they turn cycle faster. That's a good thing. And then, you know, Iseria or whoever, Luna, whoever. Basically every unit has extinction, can delete the Arbiter Vildred. So there's another niche use I can see her being in. Alternatively, you could just build her fast, pair her with the likes of SSB and another high damage unit, and just demolish teams with her, right? And not have to worry about the RB getting revived, not have to worry about Maid reviving things. That's another use. Outside of those type of scenarios, I don't see much use in her. Which I think is fun. Like, honestly, this is the kind of unit that I enjoy using. Something that's niche and usable. Something that you can make work, but you're not, like, compromising too much to make work. You're not going to lose just because you're using this unit. It's just a different way of playing the game, and I encourage this. So, yeah. That's my thoughts. I don't know how long I've been talking. I'm sorry I've been talking your guys' ears off, but this is just, like, a really interesting unit. I don't think she's busted. I don't think she's OP. I don't even think she's a must pull. If you want some new fun ways of dealing with Arbiter Vildred, that's when you pull this unit. Okay? Is she an absolute must-have? I don't think so. Because she's very niche, and she's going to do that one thing. Like how I just described. Very niche, fun, but niche. Mechanics, or team comps. But I think for waifu purposes, you get her. Hands down. Like, yeah. It's going to be easy to build her, I think, with really high effect resistance. It just depends on how your gear is. So, not going to bore you guys any longer with my theory crafting and stuff. I'm going to get this uploaded probably before maintenance is over, hopefully. So, you guys can get my take on this. Yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. If you think I'm downplaying her, you know, let me know, but at least give me a reason why you think I'm downplaying her. But, you know, I'm just looking at things objectively. I've been in the top echelon of PvP for a long time, okay? A very long time, literally almost a year. Now I'm staying consistently in Legend Arena as well. So it's just like, I'm looking at this from a very high-end perspective of PvP, okay? I don't really look at this at like, oh, I'm in Masters and I can stop Arby from killing my team every time I fight one, okay? That's not how I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this from top-tier Guild War, Legend RTA, Legend Arena. That's how I'm looking at this unit, okay? So, yeah. Let me know what you guys think, like I said. And leave me a like. I like likes. I would do a like goal, but like goals are dumb. Just do a lot of likes. That's pretty cool. And we're closing in on, I think, what is it? 7,000 subs? We're getting kind of close. Let's hit 7,000 subs. That'd be pretty cool. I mean, what else is everybody doing right now other than sitting in front of their computer? Just hit the sub button. Peace.
Fuck.